This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us today. Topping our news today at noon, returning to the Trump Tower for the first time as Commander-in-Chief, President Trump is met by protest as backlash continues over the deadly chaos spawned by white supremacists in Charlottesville, Virginia. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the story.
A very unwelcome first homecoming in New York City for President Trump.
No KKK, no fascist USA!
As protests and outrage over his initial response to this weekend's hate-fueled violence in Charlottesville follow him to Trump Tower. 48 hours after a woman lost her life protesting against a white nationalist rally, President Trump denounced the hate groups involved.
Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups.
I think it's too little too late, and I don't think it's genuine.
Well-known white nationalist Richard Spencer seems to dismiss Trump's comments.
Does anyone really believe that? He was saying vague statements that don't have a lot of meaning, to be honest.
Spencer and other white nationalists have credited Trump's anti-immigration America First policies with their rise into the mainstream.
We are determined to take our country back. We're going to fulfill the promises of Donald Trump.
After what some called the president's slow response to Charlottesville, 3 prominent CEOs all quit the president's manufacturing council in a single day, including Kenneth Frazier of Merck. The president's response time to his resignation, mere minutes, blasting him on Twitter almost immediately. And the protests are set to continue with thousands of people expected outside Trump Tower here in New York City later today. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Florida ranks second in the nation with more than 60 active hate groups. The Southern Poverty Law Center keeps track of hate groups across the country. California leads the nation with 79, but it's also the most populous state. Here on the Suncoast, the SPLC shows there are several hate groups, including an anti-Muslim group in Venice, a white nationalist group based in Lakewood Ranch, and the KKK in Wauchula. Nationwide, there are more than 900 hate groups, and the numbers are growing. We will continue to monitor the situation in Charlottesville, Virginia. Remember, you can get the latest information on breaking news on the Suncoast by downloading our My Suncoast app. First Alert traffic updates, important news updates, and First Alert weather forecast, all delivered directly to your phone. A Suncoast man who is believed to have been one of the last witnesses of part of the Pearl Harbor attack has died. John Seeley died last Friday at Tidewell Hospice in Port Charlotte after battling cancer. Seeley was thought to be the last person living who saw the airstrike on Wheeler Army Airfield during the Japanese attack at Pearl Harbor. Seeley was a teenage infantryman in the U.S. Army's 25th Infantry Division. He also served as a combat engineer. Seeley has made several trips to Hawaii since then. His last one was in December to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the attack. Seeley was 94 years old. Well, a portion of the #1 beach in America was defaced over the weekend. Vandals spray painting graffiti on many walls at the historic pavilion area of Siesta Beach. The vandalism happened sometime Friday night or early Saturday morning. Crews from Sarasota County painted over that graffiti and finished cleanup of the walls by yesterday afternoon.
It is disappointing, but we do plan for things like this to happen, unfortunately.
It's just unfortunate that you have, situations like that, especially in areas like Florida, where it's very beautiful. It's like paradise out here. And, you get unfortunate events like that, which kind of makes it look a little worse out here.
There are no cameras in that area of the pavilion, so if you know anything about the vandalism, contact the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. Looking ahead, Suncoast school districts are making preparations for the upcoming solar eclipse. Florida will see a partial eclipse on Monday, as you know. In Manatee County, eclipse will occur in the average range of 1:15 to 4:15, maximum blockage of the sun occurring at approximately 2:50 in the afternoon. Between that time, the Manatee County School District will move all outdoor activities inside. In Sarasota County, the eclipse time will range from 2:15 to 4:15. Students who wish to take part in any events surrounding the eclipse must get signed district permission slips from their parents. Again, the eclipse will take place this coming Monday.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know, John. I was wondering about that too, about asking kids to come in. I think it's maybe on the protection of their eyes, not wanting them to look up without any sort of protection. So we'll find out more, though. We're going to look into that later today.
Outside, a lot of sunshine out there today.
Yes.
Left turn.
I saw that. Yeah.
Left turn. We're looking at a pretty day, actually. A few scattered showers in inland locations currently. Casey Key webcam put into motion shows pretty nice start to the day. Now, we did have one lone shower kind of around the Inglewood area, produced a little bit of light drizzle, but other than that, things look pretty good. That dry air still in place. Westerly wind well established, pushing most activity inland. You can see that line of clouds now growing as the sea breeze front is aided with the westerly wind developing and producing a few inland showers presently. No thunderstorms yet, but that could probably change as we head into the second half of the afternoon. Put the rain chance at about 30% and inland areas about 50% a little bit later on. Complete forecast details coming up in a few. Scott.
All right, John, thank you. Tourism continues to flourish in Florida. According to Governor Rick Scott, nearly 61 million people visited the state in the first 6 months of this year. That's up about 4% compared to the same period from last year. But the number of tourists coming from overseas countries and Canada has dropped slightly. The governor has backed budget increases for Visit Florida, the state's tourism marketing agency. Earlier this year, GOP lawmakers had threatened to cut funding by 2/3, but reached a deal to keep the agency budget intact. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a nationwide call for the removal of Confederate memorials and monuments. But first, victory for a Suncoast water ski team. The Sarasota Ski-Rees celebrating a national championship. We'll talk with one of its members right after this.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or spread out in your spacious new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today. Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Absolutely stunning photo. A Siesta Key sunrise. I love sunrise pictures. They are so nice. Kathy Pritchard sent this one in, or actually her daughter did via my Facebook page, John Scalzi ABC7. Thank you for that. Really appreciate that beautiful, beautiful sunrise photo. By the way, Kathy is a Siesta Key native. That's kind of a rarity. 90 degrees already, the air temperature. We have plenty of sunshine out there. Dew point value 75, making it feel kind of humid out there. Feels like temperature today will probably climb up to about 100. We have a west-southwest wind that started early and actually now is encouraging an early onset sea breeze. The sea breeze and that west wind are going to kind of merge into one, and it'll just kind of reinforce, I think, the west wind just a little bit. High pressure basically sitting over us. Drier air aloft, limiting the coverage of showers, will not produce a whole lot of rainfall today to break the afternoon heat, and everyone will most likely break the 90-degree mark. 90 in Parrish, Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota, Venice, Northport, Mayaca, only Wauchula and Arcadia at 89, and Inglewood at 89, and Longboat at 88. Punta Gorda already hitting 91 degrees. So a very warm afternoon in store for us. You can see a few of those showers beginning to build along that developing sea breeze front, kind of mimicking the coastline in inland areas. And to the north of us, we have a little bit more activity up there, a little upper level feature, the periphery of a high pressure ridge kind of helping to induce a little bit more showery activity up there. For us, we'll see the coverage today at probably about 30% or so. I think in inland areas, extreme inland, Hardy and DeSoto, and maybe areas like Highlands County, will probably see better coverage, probably maybe 40 to 50% coverage in there of some of the storms that build. But locally, I think we'll probably continue to see these clouds forming along the sea breeze front, pushing into inland areas where there'll be some better, bigger thunderstorm activity. But you'll notice the very cellular nature of these clouds. They're not growing all that tall. They are not billowing out, and they don't have as much return flow as they had yesterday. We do have the drier air aloft. There's Gert, our hurricane, and around its periphery, some dry air, some sinking air. That often happens in the environment surrounding a hurricane. You know, what goes up must come down, and as it comes down, it kind of dries, and that's why you get that drying effect on the sides of hurricanes. And the winds surrounding the basic environmental flow pattern around the hurricane is producing that kind of drying effect across our area. High pressure also building in from the Gulf waters, nosing in right across the center part of the state. The winds as that high sinks south, producing that westerly flow for the next several days, encouraging easterly shower and thunderstorm activity for the most part. So mostly dry with only isolated showers, lots of sunshine, and an active tropics, which we will talk more about in the next half hour of this show. Our showers line up along the sea breeze. They move inland toward the other coast. A few might be bigger down to the south of us, but it's really along the other coast where the action occurs. We are watching a couple of areas of disturbed weather, which we will talk about in detail in about a half an hour. We're looking at a 30% coverage today, 20% coverage tomorrow, daytime highs in the 90s each and every day. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. In health news, a rabies case has been reported in Charlotte County. According to the Florida Health Department, an infected bat was found in someone's yard, and 2 people were exposed. Rabies is spread when an animal is sick with rabies, transmits the virus through its saliva. Anyone who has been scratched or bitten by an unknown animal should report the incident to animal control. Well, whether you want to beat the summer heat or change up your exercise routine a little with something new, water workouts can provide a variety of benefits. Kim Hutcherson explains.
Working out in the pool can improve strength, flexibility, and cardiovascular health. According to the CDC, people report enjoying water-based exercises more than working out on land, and they say they can exercise longer without joint or muscle pain. Water provides more resistance than air, so exercises performed in a pool provide a more intense workout with less risk of injury. The CDC says water-based exercise also improves mental health, and it's good for people with chronic diseases like arthritis or osteoporosis. Many facilities offer aquatic exercise classes, but if that seems too complicated, you can always just swim. Half an hour doing a front crawl at an easy pace burns about 250 calories, depending on your weight. If you aren't an experienced swimmer, start out with 5 to 10 minute sessions, adding minutes as you build stamina. vary strokes to keep things interesting and work out different muscles. But you don't even have to swim or take a class to get the benefits of aquatic exercise. Simply jogging in place in the shallow end can provide a great workout that's easy on the joints while staying cool in the pool. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Well, the Sarasota Ski-Rees water ski show team winning a national championship over the weekend. The team competing against 14 other teams around the country to win that title in Rockville, Illinois. Joining us in the studio now to talk more about the big win is Ski-Rees member Jennifer Robbins. Jennifer, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Well, congratulations. I mean, what does it mean to you and the team to win a national title? That's huge.
It is. We're incredibly excited and very, very proud. It means a lot to us. The last time our team went was in 1998, and I'm pretty sure before that they went to nationals in 1991 through about 1993. So it's a pretty big deal for us to go, both financial commitment and time commitment wise. And we're very, very excited about our performance and how we did.
Yeah, you were just telling me it's not just the team that travels to Illinois, it's the boats, it's the dock, it's a bunch of equipment, everything, right?
Yes, as I said, it's a massive commitment for us to make it and make our way to Illinois and the Wisconsin area. We have to combine not only skiers, but a lot of other crew to help us with our team. And it does take time away from our friends and family, but we become a family as that is with all of our skiing and just spending so much time together. So it's a big win, not just for the team, but as a family group as a whole.
Now, as we take a look at some of the photos from the show there, this is a part of the act right there on the pyramid that you're a part of, right? Tell me what it's like to be standing on the shoulders of someone else when you're moving across the water at what, I don't know, 25, 30 miles an hour. This is hard enough when you're on dry land standing still.
It is hard, but we put a lot of time into practicing. We've been basically practicing and leading up to this for about 2 years. And with our team, a lot of people pull their weight. For us, we're also more prepared for the conditions that we would face up there with the river current, because we do ski on the bay here. So we're used to rough water and working a way through that and going forth and excelling in it regardless.
Yeah. Now, beginning next month, the Ski-Rees will be performing on Sunday afternoons. This is a great opportunity, right, for the public to be able to see the national championships or champions up close and personal right on Sarasota Bay.
Yes, we do start up again September 24th, I believe, and we continue through October. Take a break around the holidays, and then our shows will start up again the first Sunday at 2 o'clock in February.
They are awesome. I invite everyone out there to see this team in person. It's right next to Moat Marine on City Island. Free admission. They just ask for some donations if you can do that. Congratulations, Jennifer. And please pass along our congratulations to the entire team. What a great performance. National champions. For the rest of your life, you'll be a national champ. Pretty cool.
And as proud as we couldn't have done this win and couldn't have gone up there without the continuing support of our community, our fans, our families, and our amazing show director, Sherry Brunner.
All right. Congratulations again to all of you. And
Thank you.
Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
We'll have more sports when we come back. But first, let's get over to the kitchen and check in for the first time with our guest today, Chef Pedro Flores from Philippi Creek Oyster Bar, joining us today for lunch. Pedro, great to see you again. What's on the menu for today?
Well, today we're doing a nice cured salmon, so they can do it at home. So it's going to be very good.
Sounds delicious. We'll be right back with you, Chef. Thank you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
Discover all the reasons the experts love Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Right now, lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice: choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
A pro wrestling legend is out of surgery and resting after being hospitalized. 68-year-old Ric Flair was admitted to the hospital over the weekend. A representative for Flair asked on Twitter yesterday for prayers and positive energy because Flair had some tough medical issues, but no information has been released on what type of surgery he underwent. Flair made his professional debut in 1972. He was inducted into the World Wrestling Entertainment Hall of Fame in 2008. A Colorado Rockies pitcher returning to the mound last night after undergoing cancer treatment. Chad Bettis welcomed back with a standing ovation. He threw 7 impressive innings as the Rockies beat the Braves 3-0. Bettis hadn't pitched in the majors since being diagnosed with testicular cancer in November. The 28-year-old had surgery for the condition, but tests in March showed the cancer had spread to his lymph nodes. That's when he later underwent chemotherapy. After a miserable homestand, the Tampa Bay Rays again struggled to score runs last night in Toronto. The Rays losing 7 of 9 games at home and could only muster 1 run in last night's loss to the Blue Jays. That was a Wilson Ramos solo home run. The slumping Rays lose their 4th straight game and fall to Toronto 2-1. Same 2 teams will play again tonight north of the border. Roger Goodell sharing his views about the national anthem protests in the league. The NFL commissioner says while the playing of the anthem is a special moment to him, fans have to also understand the other side.
It's one of those things where I think we have to understand that there are people who have different viewpoints. People do have rights, and we want to respect those.
Goodell made the comments at the University of Phoenix Stadium during a 45-minute question and answer period with Arizona Cardinal club seat holders. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are practicing this week in Jacksonville. The Bucs and Jags will play Thursday night in an exhibition game. Leading up to that game, they will practice against each other. It helps break up the routine of training camp and allows the players to hit someone other than their teammates over and over. Let's get back to the kitchen now. John is with our good friend, Chef Pedro Flores from Philippi Creek Oyster Bar in Sarasota. John?
Always cooking up something tasty at Philippi Creek Oyster Bar. Thanks for coming in today, Pedro.
Thank you for having us here, sir.
Always a pleasure. And you're doing a salmon dish for us today.
Yes, gravlax.
I used to eat this all the time in New York, and it was just really fantastic. I'm glad to see it back on the menu someplace.
Well, you know the good thing, you don't have to go to New York anymore.
That's what you're going to be doing it
here.
Philippi
Creek and do it with us.
Awesome.
All right, so we have some sugar, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of sea salt, and then you have 3 sets, lemon zest, like 3 spoons. The same is orange zest, lime zest, and what we do is just mix it together. Make sure it's like really mixed together.
And gravlax, for those that don't know, is a cured salmon, but you're curing it with Salt and sugar.
Salt and sugar.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
of course, your flavorings.
Yeah, you're flavoring the mixture.
Oh,
and
that
then
smells so good.
The beauty
Very
about this
aromatic.
product, you can do it at home, and it takes only 3 days to put them in your refrigerator. Put a little weight on top of that, and it cooks by itself.
Oh.
So you don't have to worry about this. So now that we have the mixture, let me get the saran wrap over here. That's the trick. Okay, you put a little plastic. Okay. And then you start putting the mixture on top of the salmon.
And I guess the thing when you do this is you don't be stingy with the salt and
No,
sugar.
no, you don't, because it only takes 3 days. And then when you're ready to eat it, you can leave it longer if you like, but that's perfect medium rare like that.
And you think it would get really, really salty, but it doesn't.
No, it doesn't at all. It doesn't. Actually, the sugar really helps with the salt.
Now, what kind of a weight would you put on that?
I would say I would put like 2 pounds in each side.
Well, I mean, what kind of weight would you use?
Anything you can find in your house, like a food can or something.
Oh,
or
okay.
Anything. Doesn't have to be anything specific. So
Nothing
you wrap it up,
fancy.
nothing fancy. Let's see, you wrap it up like this, trying to take the bubbles of it out. Oh,
that's all right.
That's
it's
all right.
TV. We'll pretend it's.
And then you put it like that.
Yep. And you do it skin side up?
Yeah, skin side up like that.
Okay, that's
3
a good
days.
tip. 3 days.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have the finished product over here.
And then when it's done, boom, out it comes.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly.
And then how do you serve this?
You can do it like in a bagels, or you can do some slices like sashimi.
My favorite.
You would like to try a little piece?
Oh, sure,
Let me
absolutely.
cut a little piece for you.
And the trick is to cut it thin, right?
Yes, sir. You can cut it thin, please.
Thank you. Yes, I'll just go ahead and use my fingers here. Oh, it's delicious. Delicious. Tell us about the smokehouse.
Well, we're excited at Philippi Creek because now we're going to have like a New York Deli section in the menu. So we're going to have a smoke little house that we're building right now for season. So we're going to smoke like salmon, shrimps, oysters, spreads, mullet, of course,
I
grouper,
love smoked mullet.
mahi-mahi, you name it. It's just going to be excited. So we're really excited about this project.
Going old school. Sounds
Absolutely.
good. Sounds absolutely delicious. All right, the recipe for this is on our website, mysuncoast.com. Click on the dining link page, and it'll take you right there with all the video instructions. Delicious, delicious gravlax. Thanks so much for coming in today, Pedro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. We'll be right back.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Outrage continues to grow over the events in Charlottesville, Virginia, and some white supremacist groups are capitalizing on the moment by planning more rallies across the country, including one here in Florida. ABC's Ton Lamas has been tracking these groups and has more.
Here we will stand. White nationalists vowing to organize even more events. And now a university president says he may not be able to stop an upcoming campus speech by one of the movement's most visible leaders, Richard Spencer.
My assessment.
Their next rally set for September 12th at the University of Florida. The school's president posting on Facebook, even though he would find Spencer's presence deeply disturbing, we must follow the law upholding the First Amendment not to discriminate based on content and provide access to a public space. And overnight, Texas A&M deciding to cancel a White Lives Matter rally that was set for September 11th, stating the risks of threat to life and safety compel us to cancel the event. That campus saw major clashes the last time Spencer spoke.
White people are ruling right now. White people have a tremendous amount of power.
ABC News has been following Spencer and other white nationalist leaders like Matt Heimbach for the last 6 months.
The nationalist community came to Charlottesville to defend our heritage.
Our team was right there in Charlottesville with Heimbach at the rally that turned deadly. Heimbach and Spencer part of the growing so-called alt-right movement, white nationalists who think white identity is under attack. Both credit President Trump's anti-immigration, America First policies with their rise into the mainstream.
He's opened up a door. His movement has opened up a door, but it's up to us to take the initiative.
If you were to take images from this weekend and compare them to what you saw in the 1950s and 60s, you would be hard-pressed to tell me that much has changed, other than the fact that they're not wearing sheets.
And their numbers are growing. The Southern Poverty Law Center reports since 2014, more than 125 new hate groups have formed.
Now, the deadly rally in Charlottesville also fueling another reevaluation of the Confederate statues in cities across the South. In Gainesville, a statue known as Old Joe was returned yesterday to the United Daughters of the Confederacy, which erected it back in 1904. The mayor of Gainesville says the government should not glorify a chapter of history that is a testament to America's original sin. In North Carolina, protesters toppled a nearly century-old statue of a Confederate soldier at a rally. Video shows the demonstrators climbing a ladder, attaching a rope, and then pulling down the statue. County officials are not saying whether or not the statue would be put back up into place. An update this afternoon on a fatal tower fire in London. A public inquiry into the Grenfell Tower is underway now. It will examine the cause and spread of the fire, the design and construction of the building, and its refurbishment. It will also examine the response of local authorities. At least 80 people were killed in that fire. Also in London, a service train derails and disrupts the morning commute. It happened outside London's Waterloo station. The service train struck an engineering wagon, causing the front carriage to come off the tracks. No one was hurt, and the cause of the crash is being investigated. Back here in the state, a hazmat situation leaves a foamy mess at an airport in Maine. The fire suppression system accidentally discharging yesterday at the Auburn-Lewiston Municipal Airport, spilling foam all over the runway and hangar. Crews say the foam was higher than their heads at times. 4 employees were initially reported as missing, but they were found to be okay. 2 people had to be taken to the hospital as a precaution after inhaling the foam.
When we talked to the reps at Ansell, who are the makers of the foam, they conveyed to us that it's essentially a dish detergent, and basically it's a simple flushing of the person and getting them into a shower and getting them cleaned up.
Airport officials say the foam will eventually dissolve. New this afternoon, a new study shows fewer people are getting struck by lightning in the United States. According to the report, the numbers are down, mostly because we've learned to get out of the way when we hear and see lightning. The lightning strikes are still killing people. So far this year, 13 people have died after being struck, but the lightning death rate has decreased more than 40-fold since record keeping began in 1940.
Well, that's great.
First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi is joining us here. Do you agree with that? Do you think people just are more aware and we have more tools? We have weather apps that show us where lightning is?
Right. I think that's one of the things. I think that the cell phone is a big boost in protecting ourselves when we're out and about. And I know our First Alert weather app that's available on your app store. Just search for WWSB or ABC7 First Alert weather app. Gives you great advance notice of approaching storms. So, I think that's part of it. I think you give people the tools and the information, and they will act accordingly. Yeah, it's good stuff. We have across our region Van Wezel webcam showing a little bit of fair weather cloudiness that had built in earlier. We did have one little lone shower that kind of moved on shore and dissipated over Inglewood. But other than that, it's been kind of a dry day. The drier air having filtered in and kind of holding its grip across the center part of the state of Florida. Few fair weather clouds building inland, and there are a few showers in inland areas. They will continue to press further and further toward the east away from the coastline. I'll put about a 30% chance of rain showers in the forecast over the course of the next couple of hours. Then I think everything moves inland. We'll have the complete forecast for you and take a look at the tropics in just a minute. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. Tensions between the United States and North Korea may be calming down. Kim Jong-un is appearing to back down from threats of military action near Guam. According to North Korean state media, Kim Jong has been briefed by his military team about launching those missiles in the direction of Guam. After reportedly reviewing military options, he decided to delay any further action. But the threat, though, is not over. There could be fuel added to the fire when the U.S. and South Korea militaries conduct training exercise near the demilitarized zone next week.
Even if it appears for now that Kim is backing off, this is not over. Intelligence analysts believe he can fit a nuclear weapon inside an ICBM, so this remains a huge threat, the biggest foreign policy challenge our nation faces.
Guam's lieutenant governor says they're glad the tension is calming down, but for now they seem to believe the crisis is averted. Former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci had some tough words for Chief White House strategist Steve Bannon. Scaramucci making an appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert last night. He says if it were up to him, Bannon would be gone from President Trump's administration. He also commented on the president's leadership.
I said yesterday, and I maintain, that he's got to be tougher on that stuff. If he wants his legislative agenda to pass, he's got to move in a more moderate direction. He's got to appeal to people that are independents and moderates that possibly voted for him to help him ascend to the presidency.
Colbert also showed a picture of Scaramucci and former White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus glaring at each other. Scaramucci says there's no love lost between the two. He says he and Priebus got along well when he was writing checks to the Republican National Committee, which Priebus once led. In consumer news, Apple and Aetna have been discussing a proposal to bring Apple's health and fitness tracking smartwatch to millions more people connected to the insurance company. Aetna is negotiating with Apple to offer free or discounted Apple Watches as a perk to its members. The insurer, which covers about 23 million people, already offers the watch to its 50,000 employees as part of its corporate wellness program. Warren Buffett has sold all of his remaining stock in General Electric, which was worth $315 million as of June. Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway Group dumped what was left of its GE shares sometime in the second quarter. The sale comes during a rough year for GE, including the departure of longtime CEO Jeff Immelt and the decline of GE's stock price, which has gone down about 20% since January. Well, students are back to school on the Sun Coast, and parents are trying to get kids back into a routine. But that transition is easier said than done. ABC 7's Ray Collins talked to some parents about the challenge.
Is it tough to get the kids out of the summer mode and back into the school mode each year?
Is it tough for them or for me? I think it's tough for everybody.
Lauren Haney has a unique perspective. Not only is she a single mom raising a little boy and a little girl, she's also a middle school math teacher. So just in case it's not hard enough to get her own kids excited about school, she has to motivate a classroom of pre-teenagers.
Well, I work with middle schoolers, so every day is hard to get them ramped up in the morning. But with younger kids, I think most of them are excited to be back.
And that includes her own son, who is looking forward to second grade. What's your favorite part about going back to school?
I get to learn more.
Really? What's your favorite subject?
Science.
And as for Lauren's 5-year-old daughter, she still has other priorities.
I love climbing.
Meantime, over by the swing set, Father Matt Merkel has his own routine for keeping kids on schedule. He says it starts with getting himself ready first.
Get up early and try to get their lunch packed and get some stuff done before they get out of bed, because as soon as they get out of bed, they take all your attention.
It all makes perfect sense to Lauren. It's just easier said than done as summer and all its habits come to an abrupt stop for now.
You know, we've been used to staying up later, staying up later, sleeping in a little bit more, having a lounging morning. So yeah, it's going to be tougher to get back. It's tougher to get back into that routine.
Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And in my household, we're getting up 2 hours earlier than we did last year. That's that transition from middle school to high school. It's been fun. When we come back, John will have another look at our forecast, and then there are a pair of friends who support each other and others in the community. We'll have that story coming up in a place we call home.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Hot day shaping up for us already, 90 degrees out there with a dew point of 75, making it feel really humid this afternoon. Our feels like temperature will be up there close to 100, no doubt. And plenty of sunshine. UV index is high. West wind already developed. Most everywhere is at the 90-degree mark. In fact, the only holdout at this hour is Wauchula and Longboat Key. Everybody else hit 90 or has exceeded already across the area. So a very warm afternoon shaping up. The westerly wind flow starting to kick off showers along a line of enhanced sea breeze activity this afternoon, and that will continue to press those showers toward the other coastline, I think. Over the course of the next couple of hours, we have about a 30% chance of a shower building near the coast or along the inland lines. Then everything moves inland. And I think the evening will be a perfectly fine evening, although a little on the warm side. A lot of cloud cover in inland areas, but along the coastline, I think we'll be clearing out. Sunshine will be the name of the game. High pressure, the dominant weather feature, sinking a little bit further south. Gert lifting off to the north into the east. Winds out of the west across central Florida, helping to encourage those showers to be pushed toward the other coast. So mostly dry with only isolated showers for us possible as that drier air filtered in across mid and upper levels. Lots of sunshine and active tropics as well. Showers along our coast move inland. That's the name of the game today and tomorrow. And there they'll just kind of fizzle out with more activity probably the further south you go. So there's Gert. We also have two other systems that we're watching. Now earlier this morning, the Hurricane Center was giving this system about a 60% chance of development, but a little bit of dry air and wind shear has kind of put a damper on its development currently. So it is forecast to kind of regain strength, though. The current statistics for Gert have it just hanging on to hurricane status of 75-mile-an-hour winds, but it is forecast to strengthen a little bit up to about an 85-mile-an-hour storm by tomorrow before rapidly heading out to sea and eventually just falling apart probably by about Thursday as it moves into those colder northern latitude waters. And then we're watching that system. This one has about a 20% chance of development. You know, we'll see how that works out. This one a 40% chance. All forecast models all tend to keep it down to the south. We have a few that try to take it north and a few that try to turn it to the north at the very end of the 5-day period, but the cluster has it moving towards Central America. We'll keep an eye on it, see how it develops and what happens. There's some drier air that it may encounter that could possibly limit its development down the road. We'll look for about a 20 to 30% chance of showers over the next several days. Then as we head into the weekend, I think a little bit of a wind reversal might up our rain chances by producing storms that build inland in the early afternoon and then drift back toward the coast later in the day, a kind of more typical summertime pattern for us. Scott?
John, thank you. There are two Suncoast couples who have survived some very difficult times, but now they're using what they've learned to improve the lives of others. ABC 7's Linda Carson has their story in this week's A Place We Call Home.
No matter how beautiful a place is, it's still the people that make it a great place to call home. And that's certainly true for the members of the aphasia support group.
Aphasia is actually a language disorder that is commonly caused from a stroke, but can also be caused from a brain injury.
The support group is made up of people who've had strokes and brain injuries and their caregivers. Erica Boyle and her husband started dating in 2000, not long after he had a stroke.
A massive stroke at age 39. It was from a dissected carotid artery, which means a piece of the artery broke away and flapped over and blocked the artery so that no blood was getting to the brain.
He almost died.
He was left in a wheelchair, completely paralyzed on the right side, and lost all his speech. And the loss of speech is called aphasia.
2 years later, they got married, then found an aphasia support group just starting up at Sarasota Memorial. There they met Diane and Bob. Bob had also had a stroke.
He was 51 years old, and we actually were on our way to our daughter's graduation in Philadelphia, and he woke up in the morning and fell on the floor, and it was a stroke.
He had lost his speech and was paralyzed. When the aphasia group at Sarasota Memorial ended, Diane and Erica started the Suncoast Aphasia Support Group on their own.
We plan events, we plan tons of outings, restaurants, we're all about food. Restaurants, baseball games, picnics, Christmas parties. Socialization is very, very important for people with aphasia because it's a very isolating disorder.
Diane says the group means everything to her husband.
It means everything. It means the close group that he can be with. He can talk to people with aphasia, so he does not have any trepidation about not talking or not speaking right or having somebody look at him funny. And anytime he's with all of them, he's really, really happy.
Tom is also improving.
He eventually got out of the wheelchair. He wears a brace, it's called an AFO, that helps him to walk. And his speech has really, really come a long way.
And they say for them, the Suncoast Aphasia Group makes this a great place to call home. The Suncoast Aphasia Support Group always welcomes new members with open arms. They meet the first Monday of every month at Doctors Hospital. For more information, go to suncoastaphasiasupportgroup.com. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Linda, thank you so much. Up next, some tragedy on the set of a comic book movie sequel and another honor for the purple one. Those stories and more when we come back in entertainment news.
Consumer Cellular makes it easy to stay in touch with family and stay within our budget.
Now our cell phone bill is only a fraction of what it used to be.
Our average customers get everything they need for about $25 a month, and plans start at only $10 a month with no contracts.
Consumer Cellular has a great choice of phones. Check out my new one.
I picked this simple phone.
I use my son's old smartphone. Kept my number, too.
Consumer Cellular has been an approved AARP provider since 2008, and members get exclusive discounts.
It's a good thing Consumer Cellular is always there, because sometimes I need a little help. Sometimes.
We're proud to have received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service among non-contract wireless providers.
Over the years, we've seen a lot of change.
We actually use change.
Luckily, there are some things we can still afford.
Like Consumer Cellular.
Stop paying too much for wireless service. Switch now, and for a limited time, get a $20 credit on any new line of service. Call 1-800-920-3084. Go online or visit a Target store today.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
No theater lover's bucket list is complete without the classic black comedy Arsenic and Old Lace. Two adorable old ladies who just happen to poison their tenants and bury them in their basement. Fun and farcical, this hilarious play is heating up the summer at the Players Center from August 9th through the 20th. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll die laughing when you see Arsenic and Old Lace.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
A female stunt driver has died following a motorcycle crash on the set of Deadpool 2. It happened early Monday morning in Vancouver, Canada. Witnesses say she appeared to have lost control of the cycle before crashing into the window of a building. Deadpool star Ryan Reynolds tweeted that the whole crew is heartbroken, shocked, and devastated, and his heart pours out to the stuntwoman's family. The accident is now under investigation. Lots of hugs between Taylor Swift, her mother, and lawyers. A jury finding that former Denver radio personality David Mueller did sexually assault the pop star during a photo op in 2013. She was awarded $1, the symbolic amount she had asked for. In a statement, though, Swift says she'll be making donations to organizations that help sexual assault victims defend themselves. It's a wedding made in paradise. Bachelor in Paradise stars Carly Waddell and Evan Bass got engaged at the end of last season, and tonight we'll see them get hitched on a special episode. The couple says fans are going to see a lot of tears.
From me, I was like, honey, you got to give me at least one tear.
I did one when we were walking off. I said, look, it happened.
I had one.
He's not a crier. And I was.
Couple is also expecting their first child together. Bass has 3 sons from a previous relationship. You can see Bachelor in Paradise tonight right here on ABC 7. Purple Rain getting its own shade. The Prince Estate and the Pantone Color Institute teaming up to create Love Symbol number 2. The color is inspired by his purple Yamaha piano. Purple, of course, synonymous with the late pop icon. It became his signature color thanks to his 1984 hit Purple Rain. Prince's estate says the color is a way to help the musician's legacy to live on forever. Well, we know his music is going to do that, no doubt.
That's
live
pretty,
on.
yeah, it definitely will.
Yep.
But that's kind of a neat little tribute there. Maybe people don't know that the Pantene color chart is used all over advertising and in television.
Right.
I mean, it's everywhere that artwork is done.
Right?
It's the standard,
Yeah,
for colors.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's neat. We have, again, today some very warm temperatures out there. If you're going to be out and about, as I am this afternoon working in the yard, be sure and, use the sunscreen, hydrate, all that good sort of thing. Over the course of the next several days, we'll start to see the rain chances go up by the weekend. But for the next couple of days, I think a less than normal rain chance.
Mowing, trimming? What's the project today?
A little dog fence I'm fixing up, patching some holes in, kind of thing.
Stay cool.
Yeah.
Hope you do the same. Have a wonderful afternoon ahead. We'll see you again at 5 o'clock.